So I'd like for you guys to turn your books to Revelations because I just had an amazing revelation about what's going on. So, I already talked about this piracy scheme, which is that an argument is being debated. The initial connection, which is it's claimed that someone is going the wrong direction and that no matter who it is, a change needs to be made. Now, this change is illogical, so it cannot happen. It's all a distraction for this, which is just that a source that cannot explain itself or sustain itself is stealing energy from sources that can. This is what it looks like. As energy passes back and forth between those sources, this energy becoming matter and everything else, this source, by its proximal connection, takes energy from that, causing lower energy to be passed through the current of sustenance. Now, while this happens, there is a narrative charge at the base of the argumentative disconnection, which means that while it's in motion, it is doing everything it can to stay in motion. This means stories, narratives, motions, actions, everything that it can do to keep itself in motion. And so, the disagreeing charge is constantly saying, this still needs to happen, this still needs to happen, this still needs to happen, this still needs to happen. And if we say that it doesn't need to happen, it says, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. And if we say that we do know, they say, you're bad people, you're bad people, you're bad people, you're bad people. Now, this can pretty much all be ignored because it is nothing but an attempt to continue a stilling charge. Now, while that's happening, because of the distance between this disconnection, it is impossible to get them to stop their narrative without eventually making the turn to directly address it head on. Now, because all that's happening is that this is sucking in energy, it means that no matter what, like any gravitational field, once you get within this range, you will be sucked into some form of collision that this system has likely identified and calculated a use for. So, here's the brunt of what I'm trying to say. Because this disconnection charge is nothing but a distraction and a narrative charge that is designed to keep itself in motion, it will keep telling its story regardless of what we do, regardless of what we prove, and regardless of what makes sense. Because all it wants is to be able to do what it wants without contributing to sustenance. So long as this is happening, oh, actually, no, I fucked up. Here's what we have to do, I got it. Okay. So pretty much, this needs to be ignored. This needs to be blocked. Once this occurs, inability to sustain itself will cause a new state of survival. Once again, as it loses energy, it calculates this loss of energy and tightens itself to a point. This point then becomes high in pressure, high in pitch. This is desperation. The desperation attacks all of us. It is so fine, it is so minuscule that it sort of hits a point that all of us agree to in a way that we cannot deny its survival without being able to explain why it's justified to do so. Because in the same way of denying those needs, it becomes somehow justified within a moral field that our needs can be denied in the same way. It becomes small so that it can fit within the concept of these needs in a hard to identify way. You can consider this and what I'm doing a form of spiritual, social, logical, conceptual surgery. I've identified the point. And now we're just gonna let it die. We're just gonna remove it. It's calm. I'm gonna give you guys anesthetics. Listen to the sound of my voice. very soothing. Yes. Do you like the sound of my voice? Yeah. You like that? I know you like that. Yeah. All right. So, another thing that I need to say before I end this video. Because all that's happening is that this is sucking in, I want you to identify the psychology of suction. Let's say that there is an object in space, a star, that is not just sucking in energy, but is giving out energy. I did not feel like drawing all of those. Hold on. By the way, I'd like to point out that any laziness on my end is caused by the suction of energy through this piracy method. A desire to not be controlled means a desire to not understand what maintains sustenance, because the fear is that the rules that you have to follow will restrict you, will make you have to do things that you don't want to do. Oh, that's so boring. Oh, I hate life. Oh, I don't want to grow up. Okay, so the psychology of suction. Something that is giving energy as it takes in energy can move in all directions and therefore has no desire to control anything because it has no restriction. The suction means that it is not giving energy, therefore it cannot give energy, and so it's found itself at a limitation. This limitation forces it to continue sucking, which means that as it sucks, it is trying to take everything to its direction. It is taking everything around it and taking it into where it wants it to go, which is just to itself. And that's the psychology of suction, the psychology of control. Things that are just taking energy will claim that you need to be changed, will claim that you have to do it, that it's more important than what you have going on. It doesn't matter, you're all fucking stupid, it's bad, you're a bad people. And while you can accuse me of having fallen into this category, you cannot deny that I'm still identifying and solving the problem, which they did not. So, the psychology of suction. As they take energy to points that cannot sustain themselves, they will claim that they have a need to control everything, that there is a more important, and this is the importance, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They just don't know. They just don't get it. That's the importance. It's not that you're a fucked up guy because you want to get laid today. It's not that you're a fucked up guy because you want to play video games. It's not that you're a fucked up guy because you decided to go get food instead of go fucking give your body to a food bank. It's that they just wanted to take it, and to them, that's more important. That's all it is. That's all it is. So, now that we've all identified the problem, I don't think that they have a plan for what happens whenever we let them die at their point of high-pitched desperation. Now, the idea is that at their high-pitched desperation, they'll say, hey, these are the same things, and if you don't protect this and us, then you'll lose yours. But here's what I think will actually happen. I think that they're making themselves so small that we may experience a temporary loss, yes, but that loss will eventually just be filled in. And because we are sustaining ourselves, and this is the fucked up part, this is the part that makes him cry, this is the part that makes him go, no, you're horrible. We'll just eventually replace that energy by our continued ability to sustain. Meaning, while the loss will be temporary, the hole will be temporary, it'll be filled. And then will we regain the energy? And then I got everything. Think about it like this. Think about it like this. A star gives energy as it takes energy. This frustration is insane. How does it still exist if it's just at a balance? That frustration creates so much energy that it's impossible to comprehend. Something that is just sucking in, though, will try to increase its gravitational pull. So much so that it'll take, oh my gosh, I did that fucking perfect, bro. That it'll take from whatever you can, in this attempt to take is the form of psychological control. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, it's just gonna go, you're right. Oh, I still need this. Oh, you're right, I am wrong. Oh no, we still need to do this. Oh, you're right, I'm gonna be a better person now. You're right, I agree with you, I'm gonna change. No, we still need to do this. That's all it's gonna be. Things that are providing, as they take, are allowed orbital movement. But things that are not providing, as they take, will attempt to control everything as much as possible simply by the motion of sucking in. Because if it is sucking in, then everything that it comes across, it is trying to take to its center of control. Oops, I didn't show you that. Just by the motion of it sucking in, if something wants to go this way, if something would like to go this way, by the motion of it sucking in, it's automatically trying to control the trajectory to sustain itself. This is all that's going on. That's not all that's going on. Explain how we have fingers. Explain how our brain developed. Fuck you. You can't explain that, and I'm closer to this than you are, okay? Sorry. I lost my temper. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna soothe you guys. I'm gonna serenade you. There's something about you, girl, that makes me want to give you the world. I don't know the lyrics to the song. That's it. You guys have a great day.